right, you guys, today we are on lesson 15, the nearest multiples of 1,000, 10,000, and 100,000. If you were absent Friday, I know we had quite a few absences. Today's lesson, I think, is pretty similar, except without all the walking around, okay? So, here's our learning goal, our learning target. Let's find multiples of 1,000, 10,000, and 100,000 that are nearest to a number. Remember, a multiple is a number you say when you do a count by. Simpler terms, we're going to be rounding today, you guys. All right, here's your warm-up, estimation, exploration. What number could this point represent? Do you guys see this point right here?
Yes.
Okay. Do you guys have this table on your paper? Oh, good. You're going to tell me an estimate that is too low, about right, and too high. I'll give you a little bit of think time to do that. Okay, I want to know an estimate that is too low. Let's see how we do. Maya.
400.
400. I agree. That would be too low. There's other answers. Let's hear a couple more. Gage.
1.
1. Yeah, that's pretty obvious, right? Okay. Aubriella.
9.
9. Way too low. Quinn.
Negative 3,000.
We're not getting into negatives yet, but yeah, that would be, well, and we have to look at our number line. It starts at 0. So yeah, let's make it realistic. Okay? Cade.
200.
200. Last one. Emma. 12. All of those work. I want to know one that is too high. Hadley.
1,000.
Yeah, it is definitely too high. I also can tell it's not right on that point, is it? Michael.
10,000.
Well, that's not on our number line. We have to keep it realistic.
How about 800?
I think 800 would be too high. Miles, what are you thinking? Too high. What would one that's too high?
9,000.
9,000, that would be too high, but let's make sure it's on our number line. So maybe 900. What about that one? Is 900 too high?
Yes.
Okay. Let's get, I stole yours. Let's get one more, Riker. 999. I agree. All right. I want to hear an estimate that is about right. Maya.
600.
I think 600 would be pretty close. I would accept that. Brooks?
625.
Maybe 625. I like it. One more. Let's see. Delaney?
650.
650. Okay. So when I look at this number line, I might say right here is half. And half of 1,000 is what, guys? 500. Yeah, so to me, that's how it sounds. All right. So probably I would say about right would be between 600 and maybe 700, right? Somewhere in there. Okay. Gosh, I think we just talked about all of these. Next. All right, we're going to look at activity 1. Closer to this or that. So let's see how many questions are on that page. Oh, it's all A, B, C, D. Okay. It's 5. Okay. Answer each question. Use the number lines if they are helpful. Is 16 closer to 10 or to 20?
20.
Everybody agree?
Yes.
Okay, is 816 closer to 800 or 900? I feel like I could just ask you. What do you guys think? Say your answer.
800.
Okay. Is 3,816 closer to 3,000 or 4,000?
4,000.
I feel like there's a trick to this. Is 73,816 closer to 70,000 or 8,000?
70,000.
Raise your hand if you think 70,000. Raise your hand if you think 80,000. Okay. When I look at this number line, I'm going to put this number on there, okay? So, what do we have it partitioned into? 10 parts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I guess I'll. So we have 10 parts, 70,000, 71, 72. So I would probably put that one right about here. And then literally, I can see it's closer to 70,000, right, guys? Okay, I'm going to show you a little trick here in a minute. Let's do E. Is 573,816 closer to 500,000 or 600,000? I want everybody to say what you think.
600,000.
Are you all just saying that because Cade said it first?
No.
Okay. 600,000 is correct. All right. Put your pencil down. Put your pencil to mark your spot. Close your book. Okay. I'm going to grab a nice bright blue. And I want you guys to look up here in this blank white area. Essentially, we are rounding today. And there is a strategy to round besides just looking at a number line, okay? So if I'm taking this number, so I have 73,816. I want to know, is it closer to 70,000 or 80,000? What place value am I rounding to? What place value? Not value, what place? What place? Not value, place. Delaney. 10,000s. So I'm going to underline the 10,000s place. I'm going to draw an arrow to the right. And I'm going to look at this number. If it is 5 or bigger, I round up. If it is smaller than 5, I round down. So is 3 smaller than 5?
Yes.
Okay. So then I'm just going to make it a 0. So I would make all of these zeros. So I know it's closer to 70,000. Let's just, I guess if we look at the next one, we have a different example. So if I took 573,816. First of all, they want to know if it's closer to 500,000 or 600,000. What place are they essentially asking me to round to? Quinn?
100,000.
Does everybody agree 100,000?
Yes.
So I underline it. I draw my arrow to the right. It's a 7. Is 7 bigger than 5?
Yes.
Okay, it's 5 or bigger. So I'm going to round up, which essentially means plus 1. What is 5 plus 1?
6.
And everything else becomes a 0. Okay? I think it's much easier to just think about it and imagine the number line in your head. if somebody said to me, is 573,816 closer to 500,000 or 600,000? It's quite the mouthful. Hopefully, I would be able to visualize that and say 600,000. But there's actually some math, or I guess arithmetic, that we could do to prove it. Okay? Yeah, Brett.
If you had a decimal that was 3.553, would you still would you round it to?
All right, let's look at number 2. For 816, the nearest multiple of 1,000 is 1,000. The nearest multiple of 100 is 800. The nearest multiple of 10 is 820. Complete the table with the nearest multiple of 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, and 100,000 for each number. Do I have a table? I have a table. Okay. So let's start with 16. What is the nearest multiple if we're looking at tens? What is our nearest multiple? Remember, multiples are count bys. So if I'm counting by tens, 0, 10, 20, what is going to be the nearest one? Quinn.
20 because
Thank
the
goodness.
question was already answered on the first page.
Oh, I forgot. No, that was for 816.
No, I'm saying for 15.1. The first question on 15.1.
Yeah.
It was answered.
It was. Are these the same numbers?
No.
No. Okay. Okay, I was like, this seems very suspicious. Very sus, as you kids say. All right. Let's look at 3,816. If we're going by tens, what is your nearest multiple? Bella. Yes. 3,820. So we're looking at that tens place, right? So don't forget about place value. So this is essentially the place that we are rounding to. Okay, what if I go to the hundreds? 3,816, what is your nearest multiple? Kara?
3,920. Oh wait, sorry, not 20. I forgot about the last one.
Which digit is in the hundreds place, everybody?
8.
8. So if I underline that 8 and I look to the right, it's a 1. So am I going to round up or down?
Down.
So what would it be? Okay,
3,800.
3,800. Okay, now I'm looking at the thousands place. 3,816. What would you round it to, Maya?
4,000.
Yes. Do you guys see that? 4,000. So if I underlined my 3 and I look to the right, it's an 8. If it's bigger than 5, if it's 5 or bigger, I'm going to round up. I'm going to add 1. Okay? All right, Coral.
I have something to say. These are the same numbers.
They are the same. I was going to say they do seem very familiar. So the first activity was kind of setting us up, wasn't it? Isn't that nice of them? So nice.
Maybe that's why there was a trick to that.
Did I not say there's got to be a trick to this? All right, 73,816. Nearest multiple of 10. What would you round it to? What would you round it to, Brooks?
73,820.
Doesn't that seem familiar?
Yeah.
Isn't that how, when we're looking at the tens place, isn't that how we rounded 3,816?
Yes.
And 816?
Yes.
And 16?
Yes.
Do you see a pattern? Okay. Now we're going to round it to the hundreds place. Hadley.
73,800.
My pen doesn't write small enough. Actually, I think I can change the width on it. I feel like I know how. Maybe I
Maybe
can't.
the numbers. Like it says
Yeah, the
8,
numbers
8.
up there. Oh, I know, that's
On
the
the top,
slide.
right?
Yeah, that's the slide.
Oh, that's the slide. Was it? Okay. Yeah, I unpaused. It's not paused anymore. All right, thousands, please. Thousands. Aaron.
The closest thousands place would be 9,000.
9,000?
Because that's in the 10,000s place, the number.
So we got to look at our thousands place, the 3. So look at the number to the right of that 3. Is it closer to 73,000 or 74,000? Riker. 74,000. Okay, 10,000s place. What digit is in my 10,000s place, everybody? 7. So I'm looking to the right. It's a 3. Is it closer to 70,000 or is it closer to 80,000? 70,000. And, ooh, they threw in a trick. What digit is in our 100,000 spot?
0. Nothing.
Hadley. That's the answer. So the digit is nothing, so 0, right? So literally, if we look at the right, it's a 7. Are we going to round up or down? Up. We could also logically think, hey, is this number closer to 0 or 100,000?
100,000.
It's closer to 100,000. Yeah. 573,816. If we're looking at our tens place, what would you round it to? Coral.
573,820.
Bingo. If we round it to the hundreds place, we're looking at the 8. What would you round it to? Riker.
573,800.
I can't fit these. Yep. Thousands place, what would you round it to? Three people know. Madeline.
500,070.
Say that number. Tell me the digits.
574.
574,000. Yep. 574,000. Now if we're going to the 10,000s place, we're looking at that 7. What would you round it to? Delaney.
580,000.
So we're thinking, is it closer to 70,000 or 80,000? Well, 570,000 or 580,000. And I've got a 3 right here. 570,000. And 100,000. So guys, is it closer to 500,000 or 600,000?
6,000.
Does everybody see that? 600,000?
And if you want to do it to millions, it'd be like
Yes. Good job, Rex. That's 5th grade math right there. All right. How might, we just talked about how, but how might we tell the nearest multiple of 1,000 for 573,816 without using a number line? Aaron?
By using a rounding strategies.
Our rounding strategy. Yeah. Coral?
looking at the place values.
Looking at the place value. Could we use logic and what we know about numbers?
Yes.
Yeah, is that what you were going to say, Gage? Good job. Okay. All right. Are we on activity 2?
Yeah.
Okay, closer to which number? All right, I'm thinking activity 2 you could do on your own, but let's go over directions. Answer each question. Label and use the number lines if they are helpful. So they're giving you a number and then asking if it's closer to a multiple. All right, I want you guys to head back to your seat. I'm going to give you about maybe 10-ish minutes. When you're done, come back to your floor spot so I know you're done. And we might go over a couple. We're going to check together or do together. I want you guys to look at the second part of activity 3. We're going to look at number 2, okay? So, does everybody see where I'm talking? Yes. Okay, and I'm going to grab a dark turquoise. Oh, wait a minute. That's what I was looking for. Okay. All right, so what it says here, name the nearest multiples of 100,000, 10,000, 1,000, and 100. If it helps, think of it as place, okay? Think of it as the place we are rounding to. Does that make sense? Okay, so if we look at the first one, we have 191,530. Basically, they want us to round it to the hundred thousands. I know this digit is in the hundred thousands place. So there's two ways. I can think, is this number closer to 100,000 or is it closer to 200,000? What do you guys think? Just say it. Okay, so then I would write 200,000. The other way, physically underline that place, draw your arrow to the right. If it is 5 or bigger, I round up. So that would mean adding 1 to this number that I underlined. And that 1 would become a 2, and the rest all become zeros. Okay? 200,000. Okay, then I'm going to erase this. I'm going to write that same number again. And I'm going to look over here. Now they want me to round it to the 10,000s place. Which digit is in the 10,000s place? Gage.
The 1. Wait, no,
The 9. So I'm going to underline it. And then I'm going to think, okay, is it closer to 190,000? Or is it closer to 200,000? Essentially. Right? Yeah. Kara.
190.
So it'd be closer to 190,000. Okay? If I draw my arrow to the right, it's a 1. So that means I add nothing and everything becomes zeros. So it'd be 190,000. You guys, I haven't rounded numbers to the, I haven't rounded these big of numbers in this big of numbers in 4th grade. I don't think ever. So this is challenging. So if you're feeling right now like this is too hard, that's why I'm doing it with you. Okay? All right. Charlie, where's your book? Where's your pencil? Okay, sit on your bottom. Thank you. Okay, now we're doing the thousands place. Which digit is in the thousands place? Bella. This one, right? Which one? This one. Okay. I'm looking to the right. I'm also thinking, is this closer to 191,000 or 190,000? Or 192,000? Making my brain hurt again. The one to the right is 5 or bigger. That's your hint. Hadley.
192.
Yes. Okay, if you need to correct yours, should you be correcting yours? Okay, make sure you're correcting yours. That doesn't say 192,000. Make sure you're correcting it. Okay, this is a 5. That tells me to add 1. And then the rest becomes zeros. This would become a 2, right? Okay. Now we're looking at the hundreds. Which digit is in the hundreds place? Which one? Quinn? The 5? Yeah. You rounded it. Okay. You're a step ahead of me. So if I look to the right, I've got a 3. So is 530 closer to 500 or 600? Everybody? 500. So I would write 191,500. Okay. All right.
When I try going to the school page, I try to do one of the quizzes. It always does this.
What?
Yeah, like
Show me which quiz you clicked on.
I didn't click on anything. I'm just
Oh.
trying to go to the Sierra Elementary homepage.
Oh, I don't think it's .net. I think it's .oh.
It is.
Well, click on Sierra. Does it work that way?
And then it just brings me back to the exact same thing.
Okay, go through Google Classroom where I linked it.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Guys, we're going to run out of time for our exit slip. Just a reminder, activity 3, freeze. It's going to be the challenge, right? So today, what we were really working on is deciding which multiple is closest to. You're rounding to, Jace, sit down. You're rounding to that place, okay? I want you to get your exit slip. I want you to give it a go. Do your best. Even if you're stuck, just do your best. When you're done, you can get on the Math Bitmoji room. Got it.